Hey everyone, welcome to Adventures in Everyday Cooking, where every day can be an adventure in your kitchen. My name is Heather, and today we're making nuts. So, we're not making nuts. I mean, nuts are already there, but we're gonna make a pralined kind of nut in our Deluxe Air Fryer. Now, we are gonna use the basket, so those of you without the Deluxe Air Fryer, you'll just have to do your own shaky thing. But the basket of the Deluxe Air Fryer makes it so that we have no work. Well, okay, we have a little work, but we have literally no more work once it goes into here, because it's gonna toss in our coating inside this basket, and we're gonna do nothing else but eat it. So are you ready for this adventure? Let's get started. What we're going to need is 1 pound of your favorite nut. Now, saying your favorite nut means really your favorite nut, but keep in mind, make sure that it's a nut that you want pralined or sugar coated. You probably don't want to use, I don't know, Brazil nuts. I've never had a Brazil nut that has been pralined before, but that doesn't mean that you can't. But usually the kind of nuts that you want to sugar coat are like cashews, almonds, peanuts, walnuts, that kind of stuff. So we're going to use cashews today. So get yourself a pound of those. You're also going to need 1 egg white, 1 tablespoon of water, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, half of a cup of white sugar, half of a cup of brown sugar, and 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. Okay, so if you are cooking for yourself at home, go ahead and get your air fryer preheated to 300. However, I'm not going to do it because I stand so close to this. It's a lot of interference. So the first thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to whip up our egg white with water and vanilla. And that's just going to take just a couple minutes. And you're going to want to whip it until it is kind of real firm. All right, let's check those consistencies. Oh, that's looking pretty stiff to me. So I'm going to set that off to the side just for a moment, and we're going to take our raw cashew pieces. Now, I don't know if they have to be raw or not, but I just figured since I'm going to be roasting them in here, I wanted to make them raw as well so they're not over roasted. I don't know if that even makes sense, but we're gonna pour them into our bowl. I should have probably not got the pieces, but the pieces are a little bit cheaper than the whole nuts. And so I was like, I'm gonna go for cheap. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna add our egg white mixture into our nuts. And I'm gonna do that by just folding it on in. And we don't have to do it super carefully, but just, we want to cover kind of all the nuts because this is how our sugar mixture is going to stick to those. Already, the smell of the vanilla with these nuts is actually pretty fascinating. Now, I've never made these before. This recipe actually was posted by someone in my Pampered Chef family. And so I have been sitting on this recipe for a very long time, probably since Christmas. But today I was like, you know what? I want to make these. I want to see how they are. So I don't know if I'm supposed to mix this together before it goes all together, probably. So then in another bowl, I'm gonna put my sugar, my brown sugar, and my cinnamon or cinnamon plus, whichever you want to use. I believe I'm using regular cinnamon today and not cinnamon plus. And then I'm just gonna take a little whisk and whisk it all together in a nice little sugary goodness. This seems like a lot of sugar for that amount of nuts, but that's what her recipe said, so that is what we're gonna do. All right, and now we are going to add this to this bowl. I'm going to sprinkle some over the top and then give it a stir and then sprinkle again so that we can kind of get everything coated evenly. Oh my, these smell fantastic. The cinnamon and the vanilla and all the things, these smell great. And they're not even cooked yet. Look at how great they look. All right, and once those are well mixed, we are going to get them into the air fryer. So I'm gonna grab a cutting mat real quick because this is gonna get real messy real quick because that sugar is probably going to fall through. Yeah, So, okay, we're gonna do it. We're just gonna pour it right in. Oh yeah. Okay, actually I'm surprised. Not a ton fell out. So it's sticking pretty nicely. All right, so your air fryer will already be preheated. And so you're gonna get it in there for 15 minutes, but be sure to hit the rotate button so that it will rotate and cook your nuts. If you don't have a Deluxe air fryer, you're gonna need to shake it up every couple minutes just so that the stuff doesn't burn, because this will get molten hot because it is sugar. So we're gonna go ahead and get that installed. All right, and now we're gonna do custom 15 minutes at 300 degrees and rotate. Okay, I'll be back here when those are all done. Okay, with your barbecue gloves, which I love. If you do not own a pair of oven gloves yet or barbecue gloves, I will leave a link to the ones that I love and that I have gifted many people, because when you have an air fryer like this with this kind of rotisserie basket, this will save your arms. So it's done, and let me just tell you what, the smell in this kitchen, I kid you not, it smells like Buc-ee's in here. So I'm very encouraged as to what's about to come out of this machine. Oh my Lanta. Okay, so I don't know if you can see in there, there's not a ton of mess, but there's a little bit of a mess, but it's not as messy as I thought it might be. So that's encouraging, but let's go ahead and dump these out. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, those look fantastic. Let's try them though. I mean, they're gonna be hot, so I'll try something small that's maybe cooler. Ooh, oh, those are naughty. Move over Buc-ee's, a Pampered Chef Air Fryer. Oh my goodness. Now I feel like they need to cool completely, and the reason being is because the nut is still a little soft. And I think as they cool, the nut will firm up. But the flavor of these, that's out of this world. Oh my goodness. This just opened up a whole new ball game. Like when I make my own trail mixes, you can candy your own nuts. And I feel like you could also like make almost like a candied barbecue peanut, like a honey roasted peanut. Oh my gosh, you could make honey roasted peanuts. I bet you anything, if you used a little honey in your mix, or even honey powder, like the honey sriracha mix. Oh gosh, this is good. Oh yeah, and 100% reminds me of Buc-ee's nuts, but better because I made them. These are good. If you have a Deluxe air fryer and you like nuts, and if you like candied nuts, wow. I want to sit here and eat this whole thing. I'm kidding. I'm not even joking. This is good. It's hot. Wow. Okay. Well, if you make candied nuts, what kind of nut would you use? Would you have used cashews? I'm allergic to peanuts, so I won't use peanuts, but I would use pecans and walnuts and almonds and cashews. It smells like Buc-ee's in here. I can't get over that. If you've ever been to Buc-ee's, you know the smell I'm talking about, right? This smells so, oh, it's so good. I don't even know what else to say. I'm blown away at how easy that was and how delicious that is. Yeah, I guess that's it. That's the quick adventure for today. I am so glad that I decided to try that back at Christmas, and just now I'm getting around to it. It's fine. Procrastination is my middle name. It is. It is for real. I'm sorry. But I'm sorry I didn't share it with you sooner, because that's amazing. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking. If you enjoyed that video, give it a like, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel. I do videos several times a week, and I'm always looking for the next adventure. Sometimes you give it to me in December, and I don't make it until April. It's just what I do. But I read all of your comments, and I take everything into consideration as I plan out my next month of videos. So leave me a comment and I will see what I can do. Otherwise, you guys, I'm in trouble because I'm gonna eat this whole thing. I'll see you on the next adventure. Bye.